Do the intro. It's very different being on this side of the meeting.
What's that?
It's very different being on this side of the
meeting.
yet. The other side right there.
I think last time we were in
the big room? Yeah, that's what we did. It got too crowded though, didn't it? It was like,
yeah, it's pretty crowded. We'll kind of match it.
This is we planned ahead of time. Yeah, so everybody who doesn't know, Evan's from BigCommerce. He's our partner manager. He's here to talk to us about Stencil and all the exciting things going on at BigCommerce.
That's right. So yeah, I'm trying to give you guys kind of, there's been a lot of changes in the last 6 months, so just kind of an update on what we've got and what's going on. And Stencil will be part of that, pricing, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be pretty basic and high level, but you know, I'm open to you guys stopping with any questions you have. There's 2 audiences here, so I'll try to manage that.
Yeah. Well, it should be good. I think everybody should be on by now. So.
Okay.
Get started. Oh, we want to share the screen too. So if you go to the other one, Chrome tab, yeah. And that green one with the arrow on it, yeah. Then entire screen. Should be good.
You good now?
Yep, you're good.
Cool. So yeah, Joel introduced me for you. I might have met some of you guys last year in the fall. I think last time we came here, we just did kind of a how's it going? We were like, hey, Stencil's coming, but it's not really real. It's a little more real now. It's not fully there, and I'll kind of show you some of that stuff. But first, I just want to kind of give you guys some background stuff. Some of you, first of all, I mean, how long have most of you guys been with GoOcean? Under a year, over a year?
Over a year.
Most of y'all been here for a while. Okay, so you're pretty familiar. I just want to give you some background because from a strategic perspective, BigCommerce is changing some of the things that they're doing. From the top down, I want to kind of give you some background on BigCommerce, kind of why we're doing it, and our relationship with GoOcean, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start off doing that. This is all stuff you guys know. Obviously, I stole this from your website. GoOcean has been a BigCommerce partner for about 5-ish years. I say ish is because you guys are probably a partner before we actually had partnerships. You guys start off as affiliate, huge advocate for the platform. Been really important to us over the time that we've grown and the market that we've gone into. You guys quickly transitioned from an affiliate partner to a services partner, and we have hundreds of mutual clients today. So over the last 4 or 5-ish, however many years you want to really coin it as, we've grown together. I've been at BigCommerce for about 3 of those. And then our story is probably you guys probably working with us around 2009. That's right. And in May of last year, we launched BigCommerce Enterprise, which is our attempt at trying to go up market, right? So I think about a year before that, we were really looking at kind of shifting the market we were going after. The market was really crowded with the Shopify, WooCommerce, a bunch of other ones that are doing really well in space. And we thought, we started to know some of our merchants growing faster and larger, quicker on our platform than other platforms. So I just want to throw this slide up there so you can kind of see our history and see what we decided to do in May of last year. When that happened, we brought some new people in. Some of these people have been here for a long time, but I think the main one to point out is Brent. So last summer, he's our new CEO. He was the CEO of PayPal Europe and eBay executive, and he took HomeAway public. Some of y'all know HomeAway. We probably use Airbnb because it's cooler. But but anyway, so and he came in, and when we really looked at the business, he really wanted to move up market. So that doesn't mean abandoning our existing business at all, but he really realized that there was a gap. Magento pretty much owned the mid-market space. So just important to understand the people there. The addressable market by business model. So just from a strategic perspective, when we were doing our research, this is kind of a cool slide. It shows a bunch of people, that cards that you guys probably build on as well. And just kind of the online, open source, multi-tenant license or build. Those are really your options. And there's SMB traditionally is kind of under 10 million, but it's really less than that, 10 million to 50 million. The market enterprise and really what fits into those, and those you can see the cards that kind of align there. So you can see that in the SaaS solution, there's a lot, right? There's a lot of really good ones. Shopify's good. Demandware's upmarket, what's really good. And so who's really playing in the mid-market well? Well, there wasn't a lot. Demandware's pretty far upmarket. Shopify is pretty down market. So that's kind of just kind of a slide to understand what we're looking at. And what we kind of noticed when we did our analysis of our customers is that, yeah, we serve the ones at the or WooCommerce, Shopify, Illusion, all those really well, but we also serve the ones that are going up to about 20 or 50 million as well. And so we really want to key in on, traditionally there's a lot of more complexity in those types of clients that we weren't really solving for in our platform. So it's one thing to say we're going to go there, and it's one thing to put the products behind it that are going to do it. So we've been doing a lot of things for about a year that really haven't come to market. I'm going to show you some of that stuff. So I'm actually skip the slide. This is not too interesting, but it's really just, obviously people are moving to SaaS solutions, whether you look at Salesforce or really any technology. It's kind of like the future if they can solve more and more leads and be less to maintain. So that's going to improve. So Forrester says 2019 that 66% e-commerce businesses are going to be moving to SaaS. So when we started to do this, we looked at kind of what is our value prop to the market now. The smaller merchants, you probably remember our old logo was the easiest way to sell online. This kind of first one when I joined. It was really like, let's make it really easy for you, right? Yeah. And then it was BigCommerce, let's sell more, and it was, let's help your small business size grow. So now as we're moving to mid-market, we need a little bit different messaging, and these are some of the things that we go against. So we talk a lot against Magento really a lot, and it's the on-premise versus SaaS conversation that a lot of people don't really understand, and these are some of the pitches that we make. It's faster time to launch. You have more money to spend with strategy, marketing, all that kind of stuff, less infrastructure, maintenance. So it's really good for our partners as well, right? Because that's money they're spending on you instead of the actual solution. So expectations of enterprise merchants. So when we did a lot of research, these are the things that kept coming up that when we talked to what we call enterprise merchant, again, the mid-market, $1 million, $50 million. These are the things that they brought up a lot, so we knew these are things that we had to address. These are all things that are really easy to do from a platform, well, not easy, but things that are more platform perspective rather than feature. But from the top priorities, when we talked to a lot of these merchants and did our analysis, they were looking at personalization technology was huge, mobile apps, responsive design, a lot of stuff that you guys probably see on a day-to-day basis, but these are kind of the rankings of the things that are most important. So we wanted to make sure we started to align our platform a little more in that direction and start giving customers this, whether it's through partners or based on our platform. How do we prioritize that for the market that we're kind of focused on? Again, I'm going through this pretty fast. Is this putting you guys to sleep? Or
no,
okay.
It's great. Yeah.
So enterprise-grade integrations. That's one thing that we know we needed to get better on. There's things in here that are being fleshed out. Amazon, eBay are really big ones. Those are things that by the end of 2016 we'll have those native integrations. Right now we have eBay integration, not very good. Most people are using Channel Advisor, Channel Unity, all these multi-channel tools to achieve what they want. Now we're going to have something baked into our platform, and so that might hurt some partnerships in terms of like Channel Unity, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of Channel Advisor, some of the more upmarket ones that are really expensive, they still do a lot more than just offer that tool. But that's a big thing that we understand omnichannel, multi-channel we need to solve for, as well as POS systems. So we're integrated with Square, Lightspeed. We have a really good partnership with Square. A little different than Shopify. They have their own payments and POS system. We're trying to open it up to a little bit more.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
what happened to Interspire? Did Interspire disappear?
Interspire is technically still a company. It's still a multi-million-dollar company. The email marketing tool still sells. Oddly enough, all over the world. We have big markets in the UK and Australia, obviously.
Well, because I use the Interspire as my merchant gateway.
Yeah, so they said all things. I think almost everything's been expired except for the email marketing solution.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
We still support a lot of the other solutions, but we don't sell it.
Okay.
So we have literally like 2 guys that work in BigCommerce that are technically like Interspire people. And
Really?
kind of like a man behind the curtain. They're like, "Is Interspire here?" And it's like, "Those are the guys over there." They do.
That's Interspire right there.
But yeah, so it's still kind of around. If you were new to BigCommerce, you probably wouldn't know what Interspire was for a long time. So I know it. So the real question is like, who is our market? And I don't want this to be confusing because traditionally, what you guys probably see the most is the small business or the people probably doing under 500,000 on sales online or 250K. It's still big. It's most of our client base today, right? Yeah. So it's something that we're still very invested in. Some of the multi-channel, some of the other things that we're addressing. I think from a strategic perspective, we serve those people really well. Again, Shopify does really well there. We feel like we have a distinct advantage of going after this size merchant.
So one question about this, because I say you mentioned minimizing costs, and I know we've heard some pushback from our clients on the BigCommerce new pricing strategy.
Right.
What are you guys' thoughts on that? Where's that?
I'll get to that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, there's gonna, some people aren't happy, but I'll kind of address what the thinking is around it, how we're addressing it, that kind of stuff in a second. So anyway, so yeah, these are the people, maximizing growth, minimizing cost. Obviously, yes, if we're gonna go into this, it makes sense for the prices to raise, and we'll get into that, I think, coming up. I'm not gonna go into each of these profiles. I think I put the slides in there, but just to give you an idea, these are like from the marketing perspective, this is how they kind of coin these people. Online's enterprise or Aaron, brick and mortar Brian. These are the type of profiles that we're winning conversations against. And we've done things like, okay, this is typically how much revenue they're selling on. They're only selling online. What's the key questions we ask them? What are their traits? What are the things that they're wanting that either having to add on via apps or what are the things that help us in the conversation? So some of the solutions we have, Shipper HQ. What are some examples of those clients? UberPalm, Fugu, some of these other ones. So I'll send you guys this. There's no need. I just wanted to put them in here because this is kind of a good understanding of if you're trying to classify a customer and who they're talking to. These are some of the things that we're seeing that they want, those type of things. So it's good information to have. And there's Olivia and Karen. So yeah, I mean, I think every e-commerce platform has some larger clients, and I think some of it's deceptive too. I mean, Samsung, obviously we just power a small store, their overall business, but we have one of them. Something that we did research on, Brent, our CEO, was really big on, is really understanding if in the last year, if we've really validated that we're a viable solution to go after this type of market, or are we not, right? So when we did the research, we found that from everything we could tell, we have more merchants selling $1 million to $50 million through our platform than any other e-commerce platform. So we have a few thousand doing it today. So while we don't, I would agree that we don't have probably all of the, they probably want me to say this, that all the solutions from like a B2B perspective, a lot of these multi-site, some of these things are a little bit more difficult for enterprise merchants. We haven't validated the fact that we have quite a few doing it today with what we have, so it makes us excited to some of the things.
And we actually be bringing Schwinn's competitor Spinning over to BigCommerce as well.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I saw them on your site. Yeah. I wasn't too familiar. Schwinn's been on our platform for a long time.
Really?
They're pretty old. Like when I started, they were on our platform. So hopefully they're doing well.
The owner of Spinning, he custom built this massive nightmare of a platform. This guy spent millions of dollars on, and now he wants to move to BigCommerce.
Those things are difficult. And what we also found is, I mean, this is kind of off the side, like those things, they take a long time, right? Because it takes 6 months for them to understand the business needs and all that kind of stuff. So we understand it's not as transactional as some of the small business we still deal with that can just go sign up and put $800 or $200 plan, all that kind of stuff. So we put resources in place to kind of help partners and have those conversations and really support them. So cool. So that's kind of I just want to kind of lay like what was the thinking behind all of this, why are we doing it, all that kind of stuff, and then give you some updates. So these are, okay, this is pricing, this is branding, this is stencil, these are all the things that we're trying to do to move into this market, and some of the things that we'll potentially be coming out with in the next 6-12 months that we hope will help you guys, help the platform, help the clients we're serving, all that kind of stuff. So, to your point, BigCommerce recently introduced updates to pricing structure based on a fair and transparent pricing methodology, which merchants pay based on usage services received. So, as going through this, we knew that some customers were going to be unhappy, and so the thinking behind this is from our perspective, and it's kind of a little bit our fault. We didn't have the best pricing model for where we were going and what we were doing, but there was customers that were, I think one example, they were selling $10 million through our platform, and they were paying us $30 a month, right? So that's great, because when they started, they weren't doing $10 million, but they grew, and they probably had a partner helping grow. There's a lot of other factors that go into that, but at the end of the day, that customer cost us about $2,500 just to have them on our platform. So we're losing a lot of money, right? And when you start to have 80,000, 90,000 customers, and you have a lot of those, it becomes a really big problem. And that's probably a bad thing to be very transparent with you, but some people weren't thinking about that and looking at that, right, as a future group. So we had to come out with something that, was fair across the board rather than just segment our clients like in that. So we broke into small business and mid-market, and so you'll see that some of the pricing on the smaller end, and we negotiate with people too. We had to come up with more of a usage-based thing where if you're because a lot of our customers paying us a lot of money, we're subsidizing a lot of the smaller ones. That's not really fair to them, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of the smaller ones, we enable them ourselves. You know, they were like, well, we've been paying $80 for 3 years and we're making 10 million. What's the problem? And it's like, no one can really expect to pay $80 a month and run a multi-million-dollar business. Like that's great that you did, but you can't. It's hard to expect really with anything, right?
Yeah.
So that was a lot of thinking around it, just to give you like the premise. So this is what it looks like on our website today, right? So just recently, it doesn't look that much different than it ever did, right? So it was a standard plan, it was a plus plan. We just reintroduced the pro plan, which is similar to what we had platinum before. The real difference is, you know, there's features that are still aligned with these plans, but we're not really selling based on features. I mean, you can go into any plan you want if you want those features, but really it's, you know, if you're on the standard plan, once you start doing 50K a year in sales, so it's 50K a year in sales, then you'll automatically move up to the plus plan. You'll get all those features, you'll get all those things, but we kind of measure that as when you grow that much, you have that much going through our platform, that system, that's when the break-even point that you need to move to. So once you get to the pro plan, it goes to an order-based system. We did the smaller ones in GMV buckets because that makes it really simpler to understand. As you get bigger and bigger, there's a lot of factors that go into it. So you might be a business that sells motorcycles that are $10,000 each and doing 10 orders, but you're doing millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
Or the math didn't work out, but you get the idea. Versus people that are reseller and selling razors and selling hundreds and hundreds of thousands, and that's a ton of data going through our system. So we had to figure that out. So there's a 3K order cap, and then you can really get into enterprise. Enterprise is always custom pricing anyway, but it's really, if you're selling over $1 million online right now, or you expect to be in your new business, that's when we kind of go into the enterprise order-based model with growth adjustments. So we look at a 12-year rolling, what's your orders? So if you're doing 10,000 orders a year, you can get on our platform. We won't change your pricing or anything. We keep looking every month on a 12-year rolling basis to see if you go over a certain order amount, and then you move into a new bracket. So that's really it. It's just kind of to keep moving them up so we can afford to.
So 12-year, 12-month.
Did I say 12-year?
Yeah, year.
That would be crazy. 12 months.
I was like, yeah, that's interesting.
That's interesting. 12 months, right? So it's a 12-month rolling thing. So we're not like constantly trying to change your price. We're looking at the previous 12 months, every 12 months, and just making sure that, you know, if you go from $1 million to 50 million, that we're still supporting you in the right way, right? So that's the premise of that. This is really a lot, and you should put stuff on slides, but I did it on purpose because these are some of the things that are in these plans for small merchants, and really in the next slide I'm going to highlight what's important, but I just wanted to throw it out there. I'll give this to you guys. It's actually a guide for our partners, right, the clients, that shows a lot of things. So some of the things that we've already started to do is put things like, are you guys familiar with Sift Science or Shipper HQ or any of those things? You hear those? So those are solutions that aren't apps in our app store. We've actually baked those into our platform, and we offer them for free. You know, those are hundreds or even thousands of dollar solutions you pay for on your own. They're for free in these plans. So we're starting to bake technologies in that enterprise merchants need. So there's a lot more value there. So no need to go through all those, but Sift Science, if you guys don't know what it is, it's a really popular fraudulent transaction solution. It identifies fraud. Obviously, this is a really big thing as you get to multi-million-dollar online businesses. This becomes a big area of concern. That's according to my last slides, are the things that they were concerned with. So starting on a $200 plan, you just get this for free. If you want on any of the lower plans, you can still pay for it with Sift Science. It can be an app, but we just offer it. So this is some of the things that we're adding. Shipper HQ. Shipping for enterprise merchants was probably not our second biggest pain point. So per product shipping, things like that. So if they have multiple products that need to ship in multiple different methods, you can Shipper HQ in our platform now on enterprise. You can assign different shipping methods per product, per category, do more advanced rules. You can do freight shipping, which was a pain point for these merchants, dropping shipping, multi-origin, all this stuff here. I don't know if you need to read it, but a lot more advanced shipping mechanisms that you can do. Again, this is actually available on all of our plans, but if you're on enterprise, you just kind of get full Shipper HQ package out of the box, so you don't have to pay for it. So, something that we've noticed again is things like Shopify is coming out with Shopify Plus. They're doing some good things there, but you have to really add a lot on to make it work. And so we're trying to simplify that, and not to break relationships with our technology partners, but put technology solutions already in the platform that those merchants would need. Giraffe Analytics, you guys are probably pretty familiar with this. I don't know if it actually is coined Giraffe in our platform. We've kind of white labeled it, but the analytics that are in our platform today, they're available to all merchants. The only things that you would have to pay for are the insights reports. But we essentially white label Giraffe in our platform. So it's, it's in our platform, a lot of you guys have. It's real-time analytics. Gives you a lot deeper view of your business. It's a lot of stuff you could find in Google Analytics, but this just makes it prettier, easier for the merchant to see. It's meant to work in conjunction with Google Analytics, not replace it. So yeah, I think this is something that Macy's, a lot of really, really big retailers that probably built their own massive solutions, they use Giraffe Analytics. So they have a lot of really big customers. And we're bringing it down to even a $30 plan gets to use these. So we're trying to add more and more in there.
Is this rolled out for every plan right now, or
this analytics is, yeah. So no matter what you're on, you should have this. Again, the only thing you won't have is the insights reports. So those are reports that give you actual insights about your business, like, hey, you should think about putting this product at the top of the page, if it's converting higher, give you kind of a report like that. So you can pay extra to get those, and again, this works really well for partners too. It makes y'all's lives easier. You guys can use this to do actual insights for your clients, that kind of stuff. So Stencil, last time we were here, we kind of talked about it. We probably gave you some of the same terminology, what it is, what it's meant to do. Stencil, the first set of themes was rolled out a couple weeks ago. 5% of new trials, if you sign up for our website, have new Stencil themes in them. We're slowly doing that to more and more. It's not fully baked yet, meaning we have partners working on Stencil sites for their clients, and if they want to actually take the site live, they have to do it manually through us. There's not an upload mechanism. So that's the only kind of barrier. Other than that, all the code and everything's kind of ready to go. And what it really is, it's giving you, from a development perspective, so for the developers on the phone, it's giving you a local development environment. Actually, let's go to the next slide. So it allows rapid theme development, gives you local development environment like you were developing on-premise instead of developing on our platform in the cloud. You can use all the libraries you already know, Bootstrap, Foundation, SAS, a bunch of other ones. The templating language is more logic and conditional based. You still handlebars. So stuff that people are, these days, a little more modern, people are more used to, allows for more functionality. Some key benefits for clients, like really it's what Stencil stores for partners. So we have merchants saying, well, what's the benefit of Stencil to us? And it's like, well, it's really more for the people that are developing your store, but it does have some advantages. They're obviously one of our biggest things against Shopify and many others is our themes were way behind everybody else's. So we're trying to leapfrog them a little bit. So these are prettier, they're faster, they're more responsive. There's some metrics that are going to come out. I'll talk about page load times that are industry leading. Time to market should help, ease of maintenance and QA and all that kind of stuff. So making everything easier for partners. So I put this one up here. Again, it's not ever good to put a lot of small text on a slide because no one's listening to you. They're just trying to squint and see what it is. But that's okay. So this is just kind of a matrix that we put in here to kind of compare ourselves to what other people's theme stores look like, how is Stencil going to be an advantage, all that kind of stuff. So based on themes, we consider they're all responsive. There's 4 variations of each theme, so they can be more vertical or specific. Not all of them are released yet. By the end of Q1, all of Stencil stuff will be released. You guys will fully work on it. To be fully transparent, the one hiccup why you can't download all the themes now, get all the code from every theme, and do the upload mechanism without going through us if you're trying to launch a Stencil site is because there's some legality issues because we've been a SaaS platform and now we're licensing download of actual code that it's almost fleshed out. So that's the real only holdup. But once that's finalized, all this will be kind of available to everybody, clients, partners, everybody. Stencil also has browser sync, which all of our engineers internally say that they love. I guess I understand it. You can check multiple devices in real time. If you're developing locally, you can see the changes in real time across all browsers, all devices. So there's a bunch of cool stuff in there from the development perspective. But in May, third-party marketplace distribution. So that's one thing to add to that is you as a partner, if you want to develop your own themes and sell them anywhere you can, we'll enable that in May as well. So anyway, Stencil is probably one of the hotter topics probably for a lot of people, or maybe people on the phone. Do you guys have any questions on it? Because I'm not technical. What's that?
For current sites that are on your platform and stuff, are you moving them into the Stencil at this point, or or how are you going to handle the two development types?
Right. So good question. We're not. So there's no plan. So Blueprint is the old framework, as well as called, right? So there's no plans to discontinue Blueprint or delete the themes or do anything for foreseeable future.
Okay.
So no one has to move to Stencil. It's going to be better. I'd recommend new clients coming on around now. If you're doing a build, it's going to take 60 days to start going on Stencil. Anybody can move there if they want. They'll probably have to be the partner to design their site, do whatever they want. But yeah, to answer your question, there's no plans in discontinuing anything. We're not migrating anybody. We're still going to fully support Blueprint for as long as it needs to be supported, even if that means forever. I'm sure years down the road, there'll be a time when it's time to, there's the last few clients, and it's like, work with a partner, move off, so we can stop supporting all the teams. But yeah, to answer your question? Yeah.
Maybe we just see if the remote people have questions.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have anything else? Oh, okay. Well, I'm on my last slide anyway. Then we can make questions, so that's fine. Branding question mark. So this, well, I can't show you the branding. That's why there's just a branding question mark. But with all some of these things going on, BigCommerce is. There's going to be some different branding, right? So the logo is going to change a little bit. The name's not going to change. The C, so it's BigCommerce, is going to be capitalized. That's been like an argument for about like 7 years. Like everyone's like, why is that C not capitalized? It's not proper. Yeah, it's not proper. So we're doing that. I can tell you that. That's why in the presentation, I think outside the logo, I did that. It's going to start happening, and you can tell some of the colors in the slides are a little different because some of the brands. That was my little hint. But in Q2, so starting in April, well, the branding will be completely done. So the name's staying the same, capitalized. The logo's going to look a little different. The coloring's going to look a little different. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing changing, but it's going to give us a little more of a upmarket feel. Yeah, that was branding, and then so that was the end of it anyway. So do you guys have any questions about that? Anything?
Yeah, if you would go to our remote team, they may have questions, as we said. Back on the Chrome tab, there. No questions yet. Remote team, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Anybody else has questions about BigCommerce? Feel free to ask as well.
Yeah, Stencil.
So how negotiable are you guys on pricing? Because you mentioned that, and that's something that we've never mentioned to our customers, I don't think. Because we didn't really know that was even an option. Is that something we should mention as a partner, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think many customers that are going to be affected by this pricing change that are really upset, you can bring them to me, and we'll definitely work. We're not trying to lose a bunch of customers. I mean, some people are unreasonable.
Yeah.
But we understand that we can't just immediately change prices and hike prices up on people. So it's again, nothing's going to affect. We're going to look at it over 12 months. We're just letting them know it's going to happen. So we are negotiable. I mean, we're negotiable to the point where there has to be some sort of margin. If they're a $5 million company and they're paying $30 and they're not going to move off $30, and I don't know if there's much we can do. And if the price is the same, go and do $1,000, but we're willing to negotiate down hundreds, thousands of dollars, whatever it is, to keep them happy and make sure they're still a viable client. So it's not like a hard change.
And then even a client who was asking about that. Whose client was that? Who was asking about the pricing? They were even considering going to Magento. I'm not sure if.
In Juku
Racing. Yeah.
Yeah, because they had
like
a lot of
7
stores. Yeah.
So we did something that, how should I say it? So we segmented all of our customers. We literally we had a team over months and months look at literally every single one of our customers and the pricing. And the really big ones, and the one in Juku Racing is probably in what we call the whales category. And they
still want to pay.
So they've been talked to by probably our CEO and Mel, our VP. I imagine if they haven't, then let me know. But so all our bigger clients we're having really personal conversations with. We're negotiating. We're doing whatever it takes to continue to make them happy and work with them. There's no like hard price. So even new clients coming on the enterprise, there's still room for negotiation. I mean, we have a pricing calculator now. You plug in, you kind of look what it should be, and then we can negotiate.
How does that work on the back end then for them billing? Like if somebody says, okay, well, $30 a month, I have a new business, why don't you give me $20 a month? Like how is that going to work?
Wait, what's the question?
So like let's say you have a new customer who's got a brand new business. They say, well, $30 a month sounds like a lot. Why don't I pay $20? You can negotiate. How do you guys run that on your billing system?
We're not going to negotiate. It's not on the enterprise level, so above $1 million.
So pretty much only enterprise customers get negotiated with?
Yeah. Okay. And then in our billing system, it's set up now in our billing system they move up based on those brackets I showed you, and then there's growth adjustment things. And usually if you're an enterprise customer anyway, you're signing a contract with us, all those terms and stuff are in there.
Okay.
So there's not much confusion. So that actually people's arguments have been like, well, we don't like a variable pricing model, right? Like we need to plan financially our business. If the pricing is going to change in a year, we need to know that. Well, technically, when we give you the contract, we show you exactly there's an order cap. So if there's 20,000 orders and you go to 25,000 orders, we still won't charge you, we give you leeway and stuff like that. So if you do go over, then you'll get charged $200 more for that month. But the next month, we do all the calculations for the previous 12 months, and you go under that, you'll go back down, right? So you know exactly, based on your business growth, how much to account for if your business grows. Very confusing, right? It is confusing. But that's kind of how the enterprise pricing model works.
Oh, yeah, okay. What other questions are we hearing from customers?
So how is it? As a partner, how are we basically being supported? I guess. So when people are looking, I don't know, like what's the actual support like between us as a partner in BigCommerce?
Yeah. So what's your role?
He's our SEO manager, so he's not as much on the design development side.
Okay, cool. So from a technical perspective or a sales perspective?
Probably more sales, but I'm probably both. But I'm kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'll do sales first. From the sales side, I mean you're fully supported by me. If it's over $1 million merchant and they're looking at enterprise, what we do is we actually loop in a solutions engineer on our side and a sales rep to work with you as a salesperson at Coalition or whoever the project manager, doesn't really matter who it is. If you're working with a client, we assign dedicated resources, so a salesperson and a technical person. So it could be an existing client or a new client, they could be looking to move up. So we give a lot more hand-holding, and the solutions engineer on that is supposed to, if it's a new client, we actually help fully scope the project with you. So they'll help pitch you guys, they'll say, hey, this is something for a partner to do, this is what they're good at, all that kind of stuff. Give you a lot more like white glove stuff. And also the point of having a solutions engineer on it is we want to make sure, especially if they're going into that mid-market profile, that they're a really good fit for our platform. So we just qualify stuff all the time too. It's like our platform just can't do that, we're not going to be able to do that for 12 months, yada, yada, yada. Because on the smaller end, it's easier for them to sign up, it's $80, and then they figure out something. It's not ideal, but if there's thousands and they figure out something to work, it's not a detrimental. So we really want to help scope. So from a sales perspective, for every client you're working, you have a dedicated salesperson and sales engineer. And then once they're on our platform, most of our enterprise customers have a dedicated account manager too. So the partner can work with them. So after they're on our platform, they've been sold, account manager, it's a one-to-one relationship with that client. Instead of calling into the support queue and we have hundreds of support reps.
Yeah, actually, good question. Nikki and Tosh, how much are we taking advantage right now of the partner support for our BigCommerce developments?
So you said it's only for enterprise clients?
Also, on the sales side, you get a dedicated, not me, so a sales rep and a solution engineer. But if it's a smaller client, you can still reach out to me and I'll still help you.
Okay, yeah, for our enterprise clients, I know they all have their point of contact at BigCommerce. And then for little clients, I don't know if they have a point of contact, but they can call the support.
Yeah. And so from a technical perspective, on the partnership, all of our support mechanisms are in place to support the clients, to support you guys and your developers and all that kind of stuff. We have developer advocates and solution engineers, stuff like that. So this question is about Stencil and it's getting in the code and I can't answer it. I have somebody on my team, they can reach out to me. And I can assign people to help work with your developers to make sure. stuff is getting done. Before we didn't really have that. You'd come to me and I'd be like, I don't know how to do it. But now so I have somebody I can say, hey, will you work on this project with this client and figure out what the issues.
Great.
So that's the technical side.
That's awesome.
Can we make custom themes of Stencil, or are we just limited to the themes that you guys have?
Yeah, so right now, you guys can make completely custom themes as you see fit and use them for clients. The ones that are in the theme store now, some of them that you're seeing, you can't download them and pull that code, like I said earlier. That will be so it's hard to customize the themes that are in there. You can make your own.
Okay.
So that's the problem right now until April. You will be able to pull those down and upload those back up. But you can still make your own themes, and then, like I said, you guys make your own themes. You can sell them anywhere. We're probably eventually going to open up the theme store back to where you can start selling them in there. All that stuff.
Good.
Oh, yeah. All
Sounds
right.
good.
Yeah.
Bacho, you had a question?
No. The Andrew good thing was maybe I'll help you, but I think he talked to some BigCommerce representatives for like a good period of time when they negotiated pricing.
I imagine if they would, if they were that big, and I don't know how the conversations went. Maybe he still thinks about leaving, but he should have been talked to if he accepted.
How is he doing, by the way?
He's doing well. We did a redesign on his website last year, and we might do some more redesigns. So I don't know. I'm still in touch with them.
I think we have a case study on our site about it.
We do. I've seen it.
Yeah. So they've been talked to, I'm sure.
Cool. Any other questions anybody has for Evan? Well,
That makes it really easy for me. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I know you guys are busy, so I appreciate your time. And hopefully this gives you some level of insight. If there's any more questions around Stencil or anything else, you guys can reach out to me. Contact information is on there. Joel, somebody can give it to you. Cards too. So let me know what you need.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Evan. Really appreciate it.
Let me, I guess, try to stop sharing.
Yeah, hit stop sharing, stop broadcasting.
Thanks, guys, everybody.
Yeah.
And
yep, that's good.
okay.